Okay, so leaving Slanty Tower at around midday, you were heading east, but that is completely up to you. You can move up to another 6 miles today in the direction you so choose.
I think we should head east.
Well, shall I move a couple and say what happens? And then move a couple and say what happens?
Yeah, well, we're moving in sort of like a east, slightly north, wasn't it, or something?
Towards that city. Darkfell or something like that.
Yeah, towards that.
Yeah, you had heard that Downfall was usually to the north-ish, but you had rescued Sir Talavar from Elmer, and he had said that there's a hill to the east that may have somebody who could help with his key problem to get the cage open. You spend quite a lot of the day heading across the landscape at a slow pace, and you reckon you've only got another couple of hours travel in you, and then a strange sight greets your mind. You hear a loud sploosh, sploosh. The waters have begun to subside and have gone down now, so that you're now plunging through mud, or are you just staying on the back of Brian?
I'm going to stay on the back of Brian. Seems
sensible. And
yeah, I'll do.
You come across the swampy land to a large river, and plunging down the river on a whole bunch of tiny legs comes a large building, and the building itself has a sign swinging outside.
Can I read?
And it marks itself as the inn at the end of the road. The tiny legs sploosh, sploosh, sploosh down the river as it continues down the river towards the south.
Oh, we could go and get on in the inn.
It's heading in the wrong direction, wasn't it?
True.
Yeah, but a decent place to spend the night. Safer than out here.
You never know, it might hit a certain point and then turn back around again. Could always just ask.
So
it could be like the night bus.
It splashes past you and heads down the river. It's only travelling at around 3 miles per hour. But as it gets into the distance, so you only see it as a tiny house, the legs stop and it plushes down with a large splosh and settles down into the bank.
Oh, it'd be rude not to.
Let's go investigate, chaps.
Yeah, but how much time will this add to we're getting to where we're going?
Well, we're about as far as we can travel in a day, aren't we now?
You are, yes. You could do another 2 miles, perhaps.
Probably best to check the inn out and maybe spend the night.
So you approach down the bank, and as you do, it's a squat 3-story structure with a slate shingle roof and worm-eaten walls. Dozens of tiny orbs of pale light buzz about the exterior like flies. The door opens and somebody calls, "Thanks, Sue," waves in through the door and then splashes out into the mud and heads away from you. You catch a waft of hearty stew from the open door, and smoke rises in cottony puffs from its stone chimney.
Can I jump off Brian and flutter in through the door?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
You flutter in through the door, and you see what looks like a standard inn room. Standing behind the bar, polishing, is an elderly female human with long grey hair all the way down to her waist, polishing a bar, and a bar full of the oddest patrons you've ever seen. There are a couple of frog-looking men sitting in the corner, ribbiting away to themselves in a strange language. There's a chap in a cloak with it pulled so far down over his head that all you can see is a tiny dark circle where his face would be. "Welcome, stranger," she says.
Hello, mother. Me and my friends are looking for somewhere to sleep and maybe get something nice to eat and drink. You haven't got any beer, have you?
We've always got beer in here.
Oh, right, I'll have a pint then.
Wonderful.
Right, I'll pop my head out the door
Come
and
right
go,
in.
it's all right. Have you got a stable for the giant snail?
Round the back.
Okay, thanks.
It doesn't seem like the house would have a big enough room for a stable, but it seems to be bigger on the outside.
It's smaller on the inside.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like a reverse TARDIS.
It is, yeah.
Seems to be a design problem there, really.
Come on in.
Yeah, I'll
All are
park
welcome
Brian
in the
round
inn at the end of the road.
It would be rude to ask, but why is it called the inn at the end of the road?
Because it walks the road, so it's always at the end.
Makes sense.
Sir Talavar says, "My, this is fantastic. A walking dwelling. How droll."
It's thrilling, isn't it?
So, what do you guys do then? The inn has stopped. We only stop for 10 minutes, she shouts. And we have
I'll
to proceed.
pop in.
Very well.
How far are you travelling? Do you always travel in one direction, or do you go back?
Oh no, we travel round the swamp. We go where the inn takes us, and we pick up and drop off passengers as we travel round. Of course, it wasn't always like this, but it's a living.
What was it used to be like?
She looks away dreamily, and you can almost hear the plinky-plonky noise. It was a wonderful land when Zybilna was in charge of rolling grass meadows. Wonderful flowers, pixies flitting through the hot sun. Every day was a summer's day. In Zybilna's time, this inn was the talk of Prismare.
I'll ask her, what kind of payment do you want for food and accommodation?
Beds, hot meals, and slices of plum pie are free, but I will accept any old trinket for a payment.
Does that include gold, silver coins?
Whatever you feel it's worth for a night's stay.
I'll take off my spare fairy wings, hand them to her and go, there you go, darling. Pick up a pint and then find a chair.
Well, thank you.
You can put them on your back. You don't have to wear them where I was. They're multifunctional.
This is where she's got like a massive box underneath the counter full of fairy wings off people.
Yeah. But please, can I take your orders?
I'll have plum pie with custard and a great big beer.
Coming right up, she says as she dances around the room.
Do you serve tea here?
We don't normally have tea, but I'm sure I could rustle something up.
Oh, I could do with a hot drink after being in a damp, wet swamp. It's not something I'm used to. You're talking about, overheard you saying about Zybilna. I take it you would give anything to have her back in power.
Well, to be honest, most of the common folk of Prismare would, when those witches of the Hourglass Coven spits on the floor. Ting!
Well,
Took over.
perhaps,
The whole place went into a demi-hell in a handbasket.
Perhaps we could be come to a mutual arrangement, let's say. Myself and my colleagues here are looking to investigate the disappearance of Zybilna as well as other matters. In the process, it could lead to reinstating her back into power in this region. But to get there, we need to travel to, where was it again? What was that place called?
Downfall?
To Downfall. I'm unsure how many more days it'll take. I know we're roughly travelling in that direction. I wonder if I could be so bold to ask if it were possible for the inn to, take her as far as you could in that direction.
Well, I'm all for helping out people who are ready to bring Zybilna black, and if that is indeed the case, then Your room and board is paid for, she cries. These people are looking to bring back the building there. To which there's a rousing cheer goes from the bar. The two frogs are
You're too kind. Thank you very much. Would be most grateful.
Does anybody react like a mute in a muted way sort of thing?
No. Everybody seems to raise their drinks, they clash them together, and warm honey beer spills out onto the tables around you. I can certainly ask the inn to take you where you need to be, but it tends to go where it feels like it should go to pick people up.
My friend here in the cage is a bit trapped. Do you know anybody who could open the cage for him, please?
Oh. Have you tried hitting it with a mace?
I'll have another try. I'll start hitting him with a mace.
Right, you take a swing, and there's a loud pong of magic, and you catapult across the room, over the bar, landing in the ashes of the hearth. Luckily, it was out.
I'll stand up and go, no, still don't work.
I said to the barkeeper, we're not too acquainted with the place around here, but apparently you hear there's a large hill nearby, perhaps?
Yeah, Telemy Hill. It's almost straight east of here.
How far, roughly? Would you know?
I would say it's probably about 4 or 5 miles as the crow flies.
Thank you very much.
So, is that where you wanted to head?
Well, we heard that our friend, there may be somebody who can help our friend in the cage at that hill, so we would be, yes.
Oh, Jingle Jangle, the key collector.
That's the man, yes. Or that's the person, yeah.
Yeah, Jingle Jangles would most certainly have a key to fit the lock.
And does the building let you know which way it's going to go, or does it just traipse on by itself?
Well, the building kind of takes its own path. I mean, I can try my best to communicate the urgency with which we travel. It's probably faster than that snail you've got.
I think grass grows faster than that snail.
There's no the matter with Brian.
He was fairly bouncing along.
Oh. Well,
shall we have a rest and just see which way it sets off, lads, or what?
Yeah, why not?
Sounds good to me.
right. So you've been in there a few minutes, and the inn travels every 10 minutes once it's stopped. And then she places a hand upon the bar and closes her eyes in concentration. And she says, I've tried to communicate with the inn to go that way. It lurches as the little feet pop out the bottom. And it begins to head zigzagging to the northeast, and then the southeast, and then the northeast once more. Looking out of the windows to the east, poking out the top of the mist, you see an enormous hill in the distance, perhaps a couple of miles away. That's the first hour. Are you just having something to eat?
I'm going to eat my plum pie.
Yeah, beef stew for me, if there's any.
Anything hot? Anything at all?
The hot food and beer is free flowing, and although it seems that the inn is not going in a straight line, it seems to be going roughly in the direction. She says the only problem is, of course, that the inn only stops in one place for 10 minutes. So if you get out of Telemy Hill, we may not see you again for some time.
Oh, I'm sure we'll cross paths. We have a tendency to turn up a bit like bad pennies.
And the inn does indeed come to the bottom of Telemy Hill in a little bit of a zigzaggy way. At the end of the second hour, however, you need a camp, a long rest.
Can we get out and camp on the hill?
Absolutely.
I think that's probably the best idea. What say you guys?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
The bar patrons give you one final hip hip hooray and a short verse of for they are jolly good fellows as you head out of the inn.
I'll thank her once again before we go, and hopefully, with your goodwill, we'll succeed in whatever we're doing.
Well, the whole of Prismere will be happy if you succeeded. If you ever come across the inn again, we will be happy to give you a lift once more as you depart. A few minutes later, watching the inn, it chugs off and heads off into the swamp. Let's see if I've got a token I can use for the inn, so I can keep a track of whereabouts it is.
Pretty tempted to shout follow that building.
Could you push the map again, please, Rich?
I certainly can. What did you do to it?
Well, I was trying to, get rid of the map, the picture of the inn, and I hit the wrong X.
Ah, I see. So, the inn heads off to the northeast. So you can see a few things of interest from where you are as you pull up with Brian onto the bottom of Tellamy Hill. Tellamy Hill is an enormous, strange-looking hill. You could swear that it's looking down at you. It's got a wide cave at the bottom and two larger caves, which for all give you a creepy feeling that it's like a pair of eyes in a mouth.
It's a bad sign.
And as you pull up on the hill, what does they do?
I'll dismount and have a look around. Look for any shifty-looking fellas, possibly jingling with keys.
There's no shifty-looking fellas jingling with keys. You're greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit, damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one.
All right.
Where do you reckon we'll find this jingle jangle look?
I'll put my head into one of the cave type orifices.
Right, the caves are way up the side of the mountain.
All right.
So as you move forward to look, several of the trees, 3 of them, pull their roots up and turn slowly to face you. And you can see the old man face that you typically see in bark. Although in our trees it's always just an optical illusion. And they slowly waddle towards you, creaking and swaying their branches. And then the one in the front holds out a huge branch almost as if an arm to stop you, and says, "Hold there."
Greetings.
All right.
And felicitations. We seek an audience with one called Jingle Jangle.
Well, I'd be amiss if I didn't say welcome to Tellamy Hill. And, yes, Jingle Jangle is at the cave, right at the top there, shaped like a keyhole. She's a very nice young lady. She collects keys and she talks about them all the time.
Is it possible to see her?
Well, it normally is. She's normally such a friendly lady, but 3 days ago, when she was rooting through the swamp for truffles, she was brutally attacked and robbed
Oh, no.
That's terrible.
by brigands, and she has not left her hilltop den since returning. I
Brigands,
imagine
you say?
she's fairly hungry by now.
I will get out my notebook and say, can you describe the brigands?
I cannot. Jingle Jangle was in a terrible state, and I believe that she said they had big ears.
Them little bastards.
I think we might have a lead.
Someone's going to get it pushed up again.
I do have some spare rations on me of food and water, and maybe they might be of use to Jingle Jangle, and perhaps we could be of some assistance to her.
Well, as long as you are not going up there to tell her off or steal her keys, we would be most unhappy with you if you did.
We are not thieves. I am the law.
The one in the beginning who has a mossy, gigantic mustache and introduces himself as Tree Stash. He says, "Well, very well. You came from the inn, so you must be at least civilized." He shouts, "Lads, let these people past," and you can see all of the trees all the way up, shuffled back a bit, leaving an open path that leads up the side of the mountain towards the key-shaped.
You're quite a handsome-looking tree. I mean, I've seen a lot of trees in my time. I've spent most of my life in forests, and I do appreciate wildlife and plant life alike. And you are. I've never come across anyone with such a wonderful moustache.
I'll lean over to Britwick and say she's going to get some stick for that.
He strokes it. It's like one of those big, long moustaches, and he strokes it and says, "It is my pride and joy."
I lean over to Nutmeg and go, "If she's lucky, she is."
Well, as long as she doesn't ask him if he's got wood, all right.
As long as she doesn't get any spelks.
God, I've got to polish that one up.
Hey, you got to be a tree hugger in your life at some point.
I'd be doing more than hugging.
Only on a full moon.
The Tree Stash looks quite confused at this.
I'm keeping that in the... All right, yeah.
And, well...
Head on up towards
Please be
the...
nice. You can head on up, and as you do, you'll reach the cave, and it'll probably be about time to set up before the next hour is out. You head up one stone. You head up the trail and arrive at the top of the hill at the large key-shaped cave. One stone steps lead down into the dark cave.
Hello, Jingle Jangle. Are you home? I have food and water.
You hear a little voice say, "I'm here."
Maybe you'd better go and warn her that I've got long ears, but I pose her no harm.
I'll head down the steps and peer into the darkness.
As you head down the steps, it feels like you were heading into a cellar. It's chilly, and you detect a subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from taut strings that crisscross the walls. Hundreds of the keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in the scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling. As a goblin emerges from the dimness, she wears a coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She gives you a faint smile and says, "Hi, how might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
Perhaps we can bring some happiness back to you, and maybe do each other a favour. Your tree guardians happen to mention that you were robbed recently. We might have a lead on the people that were responsible for your assault. We did seek your help in freeing a friend of ours, but maybe in return we could do a trade. You're releasing our friend, and we'll try and get your keys back.
That sounds nice. What kind of trade would you be interested in?
Well, we have a friend who is imprisoned in a cage, who we managed to rescue, and we can't seem to get him out. It seems to be well locked, and we did happen to hear that, we heard of a a person called the Great Jingle Jangle who could open any lock, and we sought you out, and I've only just recently heard of your bad luck. I'm here with 4 other colleagues. One of them does have some long ears, but it is not the person who stole your keys, and you'll be able to see that for yourself. We're all very friendly people. Come on in, guys.
I'll go in then.
I'll wander in, keeping a wary eye out in case there's bandits lurking.
Sorry, go ahead, Andy.
I'll set Brian's tether and then wander in at the back of the party.
Yeah, there's like plenty of rock outcroppings you can put Brian against. Wandering in, you see Jingle Jangle before you. She smiled, but she's got a sad eyes. She sees the cage. At that, her eyes light up a bit. She says, "Oh, that's a challenge. I do love a challenge. I do love to unlock locks."
Perhaps we can sit and have a chat. And I'll put my arm around her because she looks a little bit frightened. And I'll say, I do have some food and water. And when get to know each other a little bit and find a little bit more out about your assailants, we do think we'll have an idea who was responsible.
Ah. It's those dastardly bandits, the followers of Agdon, sorry. They live in a hollowed out tree far to the north. They took Jingle Jangle's truffle bag. She looks sad again. And I've had nary a drop to eat or drink ever since.
I'll rummage in my bag and I'll get out a few days rations and some water, and offer them to her.
She smiles and greedily crunches on the rations and slurps down the water. It's very quenching. Thank you. Well, I would be happy to unlock the cage of your friend for such a gift.
Well, thank you very much, miss.
So she,
Can you describe these bandits?
she
when you've got a
comes
moment?
forward. Yes, they were large, white, rabbit-like, with the leader has a blue scarf, and he moves as fast as lightning. They live up to the north in a place called the Brigand's Tollway. It's a series of old wooden catwalks that circle a giant tree stump.
We've already made their acquaintance once. I think it's about time we went and made it again.
Oh, yes. Pretending is against the law.
Fear not, we will retrieve your truffle bag for you.
I wonder if giant snails are any good at sniffing out truffles.
Probably better than they are at being a horse. I mean, can you imagine a lance charge? Take you a week to make all the sounds.
That is,
I wonder-
that is true.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit, anything that you may know about Downfall and hold on a minute. Bavlona?
She scowls and wrinkles her forehead at the mention of Bavlona. Yes, Bavlona took Prismia, and with her sisters they split it into 3, and each rules a realm. Bavlona made me like this. Let me warn you about making fair deals. I was afraid of being captured for being a goblin and locked behind a door, and I made a deal with Bavlona to never be able to be locked up. And she gave me the ability to open any lock by collecting keys, but now it's all I do, I collect keys.
Well, it just so happens that we seek to try and find Zabilna, and hopefully in doing so bring about the return of the lands to her role. And obviously anything you can tell about Bavlona and Downfall would be, gratefully appreciated in our task at hand.
Yes, they're the hags of the Hourglass Coven are wicked creatures, and once they'd thrown down Zybilna, they couldn't bear to be next to each other. So that's why they split the land 3, and they plot and plan against each other. You might be able to use that against them.
You don't happen to know what happened to Zybilna, do you?
Nobody knows. She was there one day and then she just vanished.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bavlona has got her secretly locked away somewhere.
You used to be able to go and see Zybilna by following the old bridgeway, but that's fallen down into ruin. It's impossible to pass through the mists now. People have tried to leave Hither, but you can't get through the mists. You'd need some method of travelling, a guide, someone who could guide you through the mists without being lost.
Do you know anybody of that kin?
The best guide in the whole of Hither is a pincer-clawed scarecrow named Clapperclaw. He hangs around Downfall the last time I seen him. Now, shall we, while we talk, shall I get your friend unlocked?
Oh, yeah, please.
Jingle Jangle bends down and examines the cage. She picks it up and turns it left and right. She says it's a small key. She rifles through it. She pulls a drawer open, and not only keys strewn about the court and hanging from every place in the thing. She pulls it open. There's an entire drawer full of keys. She rattles through it. She pulls out a small brass key, and it fits into the lock. And she jingles it gently, and you can feel the magic around it. And she says, "Okay, so the size is right. Perhaps it's the material." So she goes away and she starts picking them up and comparing keys left and right. Picks up a brass key and tries it, picks up an iron key and tries it, and a gold key, and then finally a silver key. There's a sparkle of fairy dust, a puff of magic, and the door clicks open. "Silver," she says, "that's the secret to this lock." So Talavar flaps out, embraces Jingle Jangle. "Good lady, I am at your service. Thank you so much. And you, fellows," he bows so low that his large moustache brushes the floor. "Cannot thank you enough."
It's all right.
Well, I think he definitely owes us something, but I don't know if we need to bargain with him.
No, sir, you do not. I'm in your debt. You have allowed me to continue my mission to warn the Summer Queen of Zybilna's disappearance. I would come with you and I would fight mighty Hydra and slay dragons.
Who's the Summer Queen?
Bloody dragons? No one said anything about bloody dragons. Don't really like dragons.
The head of the Sealy Court, Titania. I was here on a secret mission to find out why Zybilna had not appeared at court. But what I can give you is my sword. And he unbuckles his sword belt and holds it out. In your hand, it's as small as a dagger. It's magical, and it will cut through the toughest armour and through the thinnest cloth. Please allow me to gift it to you.
I don't really use daggers unless anyone else does. I mean, I can use daggers. Anyone I've seen in the group fight with a dagger regularly?
Me offhand's a dagger, but I don't know if anybody else uses a dagger.
Nope. Oh, you do? Yeah. What about Dobbsy? Dobbsy uses a dagger.
He hands you.
By all means.
He holds his sword out. He gets down on one knee, which is impressive as he's fluttering about in the air. And he drops you his sword. "This is my sword in caliber, and I would be grateful if you would take it with me and use it to aid you to release the fair Zybilna. It's in the party sheet. Is a +1 dagger."
Thank you very much.
He bows. "And now that my wings are free, head off and attempt to reach the Summer Court. With your leave, of course, miladies."
Of course, sir.
He bows and kisses the hand of each of the ladies in the party, including Jingle Jangle. And
I say, oh, anybody got a dress I can wear for a few seconds?
You worry me.
so, if it's not offensive, I can also kiss your hand as well.
I hold up my hand.
He kisses your hand as well. You feel the moustache wax on the back of your hand.
Hair looks pulled.
And with a final flap of his wings, he flies out of the cave door and heads off toward Queen Titania, that the hags have overthrown the fairy queen Sibylla.
What we should do, right, is go and see them thieving bunnies, give them a slap, get our friend's truffles back, drop them off, and go and find this other geezer, Clipper Claw.
Claw.
Well, I think we should have a sleep first, though.
Oh,
Of course, you're welcome to stay here, as per the rules. Please, she takes a brush and sweeps keys away from the floor to give you a portion of the dry cave to sleep upon.
Oh, it's very nice of you, my lady.
And unless there's anything else you wish to ask or anything you wish to do, I'll give you a nice long rest.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sherlock, you can finally sleep. Apparently the nightmares that have been keeping you awake since you left the carnival have finally passed. You're
Huzzah!
all awake, feeling much more refreshed.
Does this sword/dagger that I've inherited, is it magical? Do I need to attune it myself?
It's magical, but you don't need to attune it because it's not an attunable item. You wave it around a bit, it feels supernaturally sharp. And it's a tiny sword called Incalibur.
Is there anything I could test it on in the cave?
Such as what?
I don't know. Anything? You know, a thin bit of metal, some leather, wood, chair, anything like that?
Well, Jingle Jangle does have some furniture. You could...
You'll have to ask her first, because it might break the oath of hospitality.
You have your own equipment?
Hey, cut some of that cheese.
I don't cut the cheese, mind.
Just stand still a minute, Davy.
So, Dobbs, he gets up and waves his tiny sword about. Is there anything you wish to do this fresh morning?
Well, that is a very good question, isn't it?
It is.
It's far to the north. What's that tar thing? I'll ask Jingles, what's that round thing over there?
That, she says, that's an... Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
It's a magical well that in the days before this became a Hither, all of the fey creatures would meet and bathe and share gossip.
Why, there's so many bloody fairies. But, okay.
Once the Hourglass Coven took over, slack-jawed Lorna corrupted the wells with her magic so that vile water burbles up to saturate Hither and transform it into a festering swamp.
Seems we've got a lot of correction to do to these lands.
Yeah, true. Well, I think we should go north and look for them bandits.
And examine...
Examine the well.
Okay. Well, it's going to take about 2 hours to reach the well. Sorry. Oh, well.
Oh, well, why not? It would be a shame if we didn't, wouldn't it?
Fair enough. So, unless anybody else wants to do anything, you pack your gear up as you head out the cave. Some of the talking trees are patting Brian. He says, "Arr."
He's very nice, isn't he?
They dance around, smiling at the sight of you. You fixed Jingle Jangle. Tree Stash comes over. You fixed Jingle Jangle.
She just needed something to eat. She can probably eat nuts and berries.
But we
and-
offered her dirt and sunlight, such as passes for it, and she couldn't eat that.
Yeah, but she eats different things to you, though, don't she? She can't subsist on those the way you can. I look at the soil; looks quite rich round here. Surely there's got to be some berries and stuff.
Yeah, it's in the party inventory, Brissy, and it take in caliber.
Okay.
He says, well, there isn't really berries around here. I tell you what I have got, and he rummages inside his stash and pulls it out and hands you an iron key, which is in the party inventory. He says, mysterious forces told me that this may come in useful later.
Oh, all right, okay, I'll pull my pocket. Can you tell mysterious forces thank you very much?
I certainly will.
Very much appreciate the use of mysterious forces.
Jingle
Maybe.
Jangle comes out smiling. The trees run as fast as a tree can to greet her and wrap her in the branches, pick her up, throwing her up in the air and catching her again. And she giggles and jangles with delight.
So they run off straight away. Don't they limbo first?
Oh, that's good.
I'll turn round to Jingle Jangle and say, the moving in that moves around the swamp, perhaps it stops here on a frequent basis, I believe. Perhaps when it stops, you could maybe get some, food and water, and but in the meantime, I'll offer up another couple of days of rations just to tide her over, just so she doesn't starve till that happens. But it might be an idea.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll knock 5 days rations out of me party sheet.
Ow! 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 She's hitting us again.
Oh, bless. The tree takes him and says, I will make sure that Jingle eats.
Very nice of you.
So, apparently, Brigand's Tollway and Downfall are both towards the north somewhere.
North it is then.
Yep.
Brickwick, ride the snail. Ride him like lightning. Slime lightning.
Lime lightning, I like that.
He's probably quite fast down here.
It is difficult ground as the water subsided and is now just dirty, muddy swamp. And you head off for the morning.
Right. How far shall I move us?
Well, are you moving to the Orwell?
Well, it's north, so yeah, let's go to the Orwell first.
Yeah.
Well.
So it takes a couple of hours at your slow, at a snail's pace. You arrive at the Orwell. It is a 10-foot diameter well ringed in hewn stone. Raises 15 feet above ground level. Seeping over the top of the well like a pan boiling over is foul, disgusting swamp water, which dissipates around your feet, smelling terrible.
Does it smell organic, or is it like
No, it's that awful swampy smell that you smell.
Okay.
It smells like tiddlers.
Yeah.
And as you stand there, 3 tiny flickering lights spiral up out of the well and dance about in front of you. They have tiny tinkling noises, a bit like little Christmas bells. Hello, hello, hello.
All right, lads. What's going on with the well?
Oh, these are the wells that Pavlona uses to make the swamp.
Oh, well. How do you turn them off?
We can't turn them off. I wish we could, then we may be able to rest.
How can we fix them?
This is a good point. Good question. I like it. I love it.
They've been corrupted by Bavlorna. You'd have to get her to deal with it. Or if Sylvania was to come back, she could fix it. Turn it to pure water once more. And as you stand to watch the water that is pouring out, you can gradually see the water level around your boot has risen a tiny little bit.
Oh,
Is it coming out at a constant rate, or does it seem to be like increasing?
It's sort of ebbing and flowing. It's starting as a trickle. And it's like when you fill in a pan from the tap and it starts to bubble over the top. It seems to be doing that.
Okay.
You never get a bloody big talk when you need one.
if we had some washing up liquid, we could make a right laugh of this.
Yeah, just get one of that stuff that turns into foam.
Yeah.
Pour it in the old well.
Yeah. Clean up lovely.
It would.
And then when all the creatures run around going, "What have you done?" Just go, "Well."
So it's lovely to see somebody. Nobody comes round here anymore. Not since Slackjaw corrupted the Orwells.
Oh.
Slackjaw? Who's he?
Slackjaw Lorna, Bavlorna.
What we could do is, if you could help us out in some way, maybe, telling us anything you can think we could do to maybe ease the situation, we would be quite happy to do it. We are the good guys.
I'm sure you are. We have never met such a bunch of guys and lady as good as what you are.
Oh, that's very nice of you. I'll write down in my notebook, very nice sliffs. They are sliffs, aren't they, or the pixies? I always get them mixed up. Try not to be racist and all that.
Because of your fair heritage, you recognise them as will-o'-wisps.
Don't they light up?
They do. They're like little round balls that are flickering and...
Very nice will-o'-the-wisps.
Is there anything you can tell us about Bavlorna in terms of weaknesses? We hope to return stability to these lands and try and bring back some status quo to the surrounding lands.
There's some music for a tune.
We can't, but I can tell you who would be able to help you. The Watcher in the water in the pool to the north, all the way to the north, past where the terrible bandits live. There's a pool, and in the pool is a Watcher.
And what does this Watcher look like?
Some say he looks like a moose. Some say he looks like a snake. Others say, I really have to stop eating these mushrooms. They're fucking with my eyesight.
And he lives in the pool, you say?
He is. He's the Watcher in the water.
Oh, anyone string?
Do I have any string? No, I'm sorry.
I'll look around the party. Anyone got any string?
I've got some rope.
Oh, can we...
Miles to the north.
Oh, not this pool. Oh, I was going to go watcher fishing. Miles to the north, bloke in a pool. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful, gentlemen. Consider yourself commended by the authorities. Righto, man, back up. Let's roll. Slide. Let's slide. Let's undulate forward.
So you undulate forward. That was 2 miles. So you've got another 6 hours of travel yet.
Yeah. I would try a little bit northeast because there's a thing up there in the mist. Can you see it? A little thing in the mist.
Up there, you mean?
Yeah, that thing.
Right, yo.
Yeah, it looks like a thing, doesn't it?
We'll go that way then.
Let's do this thing.
Right, so you travel for another couple of hours.
Oh, it's the bottom of a bigger thing.
And you see poking out of the mists here have got very, very thick. Almost cloud-like, and poking out you can see the bottom of a mountain. But as you come along, because the water has been slowly getting deeper and deeper, and it's now ankle deep, you come upon what looks like an abandoned raft sticking out of the mud.
Oh.
Does it look like there's a river or anything close
No,
by?
but you know that once the water comes out of the oil wells, it gets to about waist deep all around.
Right. Okay.
I look for footprints in the mud leading away from this raft.
There are no footprints in the mud. It's an 8-foot square wooden raft poking out of the mud.
Is there anything sitting on the raft?
No.
Equipment or...
No, it is a plain wooden raft.
Is it tethered or just off floating?
It's free floating. It looks like it's just starting to float free of the mud that is there.
I wonder if
Because the water's rising, it looks like it's floated here and got stuck in the mud, and now it's starting to come loose again.
we could use it as a sled.
Yes.
Oh, it's a very good idea, actually.
I want to have a quick look just to make sure there's no blood marks, blood trails or splatters on the raft.
That sounds like a perception check to me. Let me percept you right up. Go on for it. Right, you carefully examine the raft, being careful not to touch it, and no, other than mud and the odd leaf stuck to it, it appears to be sans gore.
Does it look in good nick? Is the rope in good quality? It's not rotten or...
It looks in surprisingly good nick, and it is not rotten nor worm-eaten. However, there are no oars or poles or anything with it.
Okay.
You don't need oars and poles when you have a large snail.
He's not a water snail, is he?
No, but if we rigged it up to his harness, he could pull it.
This is true. And this is quite marshy ground.
And if the water ever gets too deep, I suppose Brian could climb on it.
You know, at the deepest, it got waist deep, and it seems to be heading up that way again.
Well,
Can you imagine the next person that sees it to be like, fuck me, a surfboarding horse being pulled by a snail. Wow.
yeah. We are the good guys.
And if nothing else, it would keep Dodsy's hooves dry.
It will get you... Oh, yeah, you don't want overrot.
Right, so you approach... you have approached the raft. You're staring down at the wood.
I'll go over to the raft and nudge it with my toe a little bit, just to see if it's a raft.
Or a mimic raft.
A mimic
Oh,
raft.
wait. No, it's not a mimic raft. It appears to be normal wood. There's a hefty clunk as you kick it. Sadly, it's not a mimic raft, although now I want to make one.
Right, you mate.
Right, in that case, we'll hook it up with a rope to the back of Brian.
Okay, the raft is now in the party menu.
Get in, we're dragging the
with
raft.
the description. It can hold up to £1,200. So you tie the raft onto behind Brian. He reaches down into the muck, pulls up a mouthful of weeds as he munches it.
Good snail.
And you tie
I'll pat him
the
on
raft
tail.
to him.
Onwards we shall go, I believe. There's a round thing over there to the west a little bit. Should we go like northwest one and then north one?
Yeah, okie dokie.
Look over there, there's a round thing. I can see a round thing. Look, there's a round thing.
You mean?
It's a round thing.
Hang
Let's
on.
go and see the round thing.
Like that.
There's a round thing, he says.
Yeah.
There's a round thing over there, and there's a swampy thing over there with a lily pad.
With lily pads, yeah. So you plodge through the swamp, and the water slowly rises up until it is waist. The raft is free floating behind Brian. Is Dobbsy climbing aboard the raft? Are you all aboard, Brian?
Yep.
Yep.
So
Suppose I'm steering Brian.
you are. Yeah, you continue on. You have not met anything else
Right.
since you
Well,
discovered the abandoned raft. So you've moved.
I think that's our 6 for the day, isn't it?
Yep. You can move 8 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can move one more as you head north. The gigantic mountains on your right that loom out of the mists are ever present. It looks like it's almost surrounding this.
Ooh, there's the thing.
There is a thing.
There is a thing indeed.
We
In
can
the
make-
very distance, you see what looks like wooden planking.
Oh, that'll be the thing.
The thing what we is looking for.
Aye, we should make a camp, and then tomorrow we should go and see the thing.
And have a word with them long-eared bastards.
Yeah.
I can say that because I am a
Yeah,
long-eared
yeah,
bastard.
suppose you can.
I is a long-eared bastard. Yeah, apparently that is the causeway that was being spoken of by several NPCs.
Then we should go and see the causeway. See what it's actually caused.
So finding... actually, no, I'm going to ask for a survival roll, Andy, to
Right.
see if you can find somewhere dry to camp.
The raft.
Oh!
well done.
So heading off, you manage to find a small hillock taller than the water that surrounds it. And it has a nice bit of dry land, even maybe some dry wood on there.
Shocking. But I'll make sure that the raft is attached to the edge of the island, or the hillock, or whatever, and peg out Brian's tether so he can go and get his tea.
Yeah.
And I suppose get a fire lit.
Seems sensible. Quite easily, surprisingly easily, considering everything's damp and mouldy and smelly, you managed to get a fire lit without any problems whatsoever. And
Good me, you know.
yes, he rubs two pixies together and sparks a fire. Anyone else want to do anything? Or are you just going to have a nice snooze?
I think we should set watches. I will take the first watch.
I'll sit cross-legged and I will meditate for 4 hours.
And I'll take the second watch.
I've gone right off watches after that business in the big
And
top.
I can take the rest of the night because, like I say, you all need to get some sleep. I can survive on me 4 hours meditate. I don't need to sleep.
It's true. So you're going to do
And I'll watch
the
over
nice elf thing and and keep watch over everybody so they can get a good night's sleep.
Yes.
Excellent. So you have a lovely, pleasant evening and are undisturbed. Wake up the next morning. A mile to the north, you can see a crisscrossing amount of wooden walkways.
We should go there, shouldn't we?
And it definitely seems like the water level has gone down again. It's maybe only knee deep now. Knee deep.
The bloody frogs again.
Yeah, you see the walkway heading to the northwest.
As we approach it, can we see anybody moving around on it?
Not from this distance, no. Once you can only see like a couple of miles, and then the thin mist obliterates everything. Hopefully, the next place you go to, there won't be such a mist. A foggy marsh stretches out before you. Rickety causeways made of wooden planks form a wide web-like structure above the bog.
Any sign of a big tree stump?
Not from here, no.
Well, it looks like the causeway goes west.
Let's follow the causeway.
Right, yeah.
I wonder what it causes.
When we find these bastards, what's the plan? I'm just going to kill them all?
Oh, I think we're just scared.
Well, it worked the last time.
If they give us any shenanigans, we will apply force in a talkish manner.
Don't they sort of owe us one?
They certainly do.
On account of us not having killed them and having fed them.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, you did kill one of them. She just bizarrely came back to life for some reason that you are not sure of.
Yeah, but then we did the hospitality thing, so there's that rest that other long word I cannot say. Would you?
Reciprocation.
That's the fella.
It's eerily the wooden boardings are moss covered and slick as they're just above the level of the water which is draining out.
Still west?
Yep. Can I stand up on Brian and hold on to Brickwick's ears and look around?
You can, like I said. Sadly, the mists seem to.
Rick hisses over his shoulder. Nutmeg. If you slip, live go.
It
Oh, yeah,
appears
cool.
that you can tell though this is kind of a main drag because it's like obviously being travelled more. The ones that are heading off to the left and the right have got more like moss and algae and stuff growing on them, whereas this is obviously, while it has some on, obviously gets used more.
I think it's worth spreading out a little bit, just if there's any traps on these boards.
If you want to go first and look for traps, be my guest. I'm no good at that sort of thing. I was a second-story rabbit.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't mind.
I would have been a cat burglar, but I haven't got the ears for it.
You've got a tail.
He would have been a cat burglar, but he was too scared. He was such a pussy.
Oh my God!
It's getting worse.
Oh, there's a well. There's a well. There's another well. We should go to another well.
Well.
Well,
well.
You beat me to it.
What have we got here then?
Actually, no, it's not well, because there's only two of them. Well, what we got here then?
Yeah, you see in the distance another one of those wells poking up out of the mist.
Well, give us the pun. Do we visit the old well, or do we just keep going?
Oh well, why not? Let's visit the well.
Well, in that case, we'll keep going and visit the old well. Hello? That looks distinctly like a tree stump to me.
As you approach the well, you see that the dirty, brackish swamp water is flowing towards the well and then leaping up the sides of the well and flowing back into it.
So it's coming out of one and going into the other.
It's like an in sewer and an out sewer.
You see, just looming out of the mist in the distance, a large tree trunk, and I'm talking ginormous.
This is where the bandit's supposed to live, isn't it?
This is what, Andy? It is, yes, Tracy.
It's a very, very strange place, this.
Right, I'm going to take this opportunity to mosey at the back of the party, and I'm going to say, please don't be alarmed. Let me see if I can pick up on some scent, and I'm going to change into my animal form.
Oh, which one?
Me, direwolf. I'm going to frighten the living pants off the bastards.
Right, so if you hit active, the active button, it should activate and polymorph you.
Because I it's a bit uncouth watching. I don't want them to see all my parts when I change.
Please turn your back, gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Now, is it a silent transformation, a bit like just slipping into form, or is it like Manimal where you go, or is it like the werewolf in London where it's get pop, pop, snap? What kind of transformation do you have?
Oh, probably the second one.
You had it at Manimal. Trust me.
Yeah. So you let out an involuntary as you hear a loud howl behind you guys. You almost turn around, but you remember that you'd promised Elvanna not to look.
Right, I'm not going to look. I'm a good boy.
No.
Right, so the change comes upon you. You let out a howl. Trace, if you've got your actions menu, and then right at the top you've got polymorph. If you hit active, it should change you into a wolf.
I did, but did it? Oh, have I got to do it again?
Oh, hang on, no, I need to make you do it on your turn. I keep forgetting that. Now try.
Hey!
I nudge Nutmeg. I hope that howl doesn't mean that something's just at Elvanna.
Yeah, so there's a howl, and then behind you hear. Tracy, this place smells terrible.
Oh, and see if I can pick up on these long-eared bastards.
You get a vague smell of a Heragon, but it could be Britwick. So the howling subsides.
Deny that.
The howling subsides. You're all sort of looking at each other and then almost looking over your shoulder. Elvanna has said nothing else.
I'll walk towards this tree stump.
Right, padding past Brian is a gigantic wolf, which is sniffing the air.
No, I wasn't much of a detective, but I think she's turned into a wolf.
I'm glad you said that, Nutmeg.
It could be a wolf.
I was just about to say, by the goddess Shaw, where did that wolf come from?
Elementary, my dear Nutmeg. Elementary.
Oh no, she's a wolf, not an elemental.
Yeah, definitely. How many legs for an elemental?
The stump is about a mile away, Tracy, still. But you can move considerably faster. You can
Apparently some very high level thieves live in
than
front.
Brian. But you will be dashing ahead. There's because of the smell of the swamp, you can smell Britwick. And you can also get a very faint smell of others. But because of the mingling swamp smells, you can't pick up anything more precise than that.
It's a vicious rumour. I don't smell.
Well, I'll wait with these. You know, I'll keep smelling and trying to see if I can see tracks, because obviously I maintain my intelligence and whatnot. See if I can see any tracks, and so that, and I'm hoping that they'll follow. The rest of the party have, you know, as though I'm looking for tracks.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should head for the tree stump anyway, on account of that's where these long-eared bastards are supposed to live.
This is a very good point.
Right, okay, Tracy, do you say that? No, you don't. Right, when you're a wolf, it pops up the skills for me because it says you're an NPC, so that is a tiny problem. So I can
That's
make the
okay.
skill roll for you, but you get a
That's
natural
okay.
20, and yeah, they are faint. You can't really see them, but you can smell that rabbits have been here.
I'll sort of
Rabbits.
look back at the party and sort of like motion my head as if to say, "This way, guys, this way."
Delicious
I must
rabbit.
say, well, I was going to say you're remarkably calm considering there's a giant wolf there, but to be quite honest, that's not the weirdest thing you've seen since you've been here, is it? It's not even the weirdest thing you saw in the carnival.
Not the weirdest thing this morning, to be honest.
Look, mate, that wolf's looking at me.
It's probably her.
Yeah, Andy, you get the sense that it's sniffing you. Like, Tracy, you're doing it so you can work out what Herringon scent is, but all Andy sees is this giant wolf with a tongue lolling out of its head going in a rather disturbing manner.
If it comes across and actually, like, sniffs me, I'll bat it on the end of the nose.
Do you do that, Tracy, or do you just sniff from a distance?
I'll sort of like cower down, like to not show I'm frightened, like to frighten the party, but smell each of the party members in turn to discount their scent.
Right.
Because obviously, you know, and then to make it easier for us to track whatever.
Does Elvanilor have any kind of like weird colour of her hair or any kind of distinguishing feature that might have transferred to wolf form? You know, like if she had a streak in her hair, or
Probably got her hair's like a bluey colour, like a bluey white colour, so the white parts of the fur have like a blue tinge to it.
yeah, they've got a blue tinge instead of the normal white parts.
I'm not looking at those bits, that's rude.
Yeah, he's looking at the sharp white pointy bits underneath the nose.
I'm not. I'll nudge him with my nose, gentle, like so he knows I'm not good. I would have had him if I wanted to, but I'm not. And
I smack the wolf on the nose.
I yelp.
Right, as you approach, and Elvana is sniffing the party. The foggy marsh stretches out before you. The rickety causeways form a wide web-like structure above the bog. 300 feet away, many of these causeways converge on an enormous ivy-covered tree stump that rises a good 10 feet above the 20-foot-high fog bank that enshrouds it. One of the causeways leads directly into a hollowed-out section of the stump. Nearby, an ore well sucks swamp water in. Obviously, you can see that.
Right, make way. I'm gonna walk straight through this opening. I'm getting me shield and me bunker out.
I'll walk at a pace, the same pace as Nutmeg at his side.
I'll park Brian up outside.
Right, as you approach it,
I'll put a coin in the meter.
I'm going to acquire, select all PCs. I'm going to acquire a perception roll from you guys. Hidden, of course. Right, Britwick, in the ivy on the top of the gigantic tree stump, you see crouching, you catch the sight of just 2 pairs of the tips of herringon ears.
Right.
And
Sorry, go on.
you see, or you also see, on a piece of a plank nailed up, what looks like the top of a bell with a bit of a chain hanging down from it.
I'll ring the bell and go, where are you?
No, this is on the top of the tree
Oh,
stump.
right, sorry.
With there's obviously some herringon on the top of the tree stump next to a bell.
I'll look up. Show yourselves and tell Jebba where are you.
On top of the tree stump, you say.
Yeah.
How high is the tree stump?
The tree stump is very high, 30 feet in the air. They stand up with bows and go, "Halt and prepare to pay the toll."
We've been through this once already. Get Jebba out here. He knows us.
I'm afraid Jibber is not available and everybody has to pay the toll of 1 gold pieces in order to pass through.
And who collects the toll exactly?
The 2 guards at the bottom.
Right. Well, if that's the way you want to play it, we'll deal with them first. And you second.
I'll look menacingly at the 2 guards and start baring my teeth.
Right, so as you approach the base of the tree stump, the wooden pathway enters the base of the stump. Carved deep into the wood, a rustic room opens before you. Its walls rough, made with care but not with expertise. The warm glow of the fireplace illuminates mismatched furniture, muddy footprints, 2 herringon guards playing cards by the firelight. There is a large book next to them and a quill with an ink pot.
Any sign of the truffle bag?
Any sign of the truffle bag? No. I think there is.
I'll hitch Brian up outside.
A map, though. There is a map.
Oh,
Maps and shit. Get in.
maps. We like maps.
Dobsy.
I'll head inside.
Yes. You hitch Brian up outside.
Yeah.
1, 2.
And then saunter in, I guess.
And she'll look.
And go and look in the book. Just like dead nonchalant like.
Yeah.
We-
So there's a...
With me irons in me pockets. Well, with a hand in me pocket, leaning on me quarterstaff with the other hand.
Are each of those squares 5 foot?
Yes.
Okay. And can I fit through into this doorway? Yeah.
You can. But nobody else can go with you.
I'll head in and move to one side so the party can get in.
Yeah.
So I just
And-
bizarrely have to move you inside past the doorway. Right. So at the back of the room, playing cards. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
How far can I see? Have I got good eyesight as a dire wolf?
You haven't got great eyesight. You have got great sense of smell. So you
Alright.
should be able to see them.
Okay.
And you approach and look at the book, Andy.
Yep. Just like saunter over.
Because you are not attempting stealth, they look up from their card game and go, "Oi, you need to pay your toll," but you've managed to have a look in the book. And in the book, there are no dates recorded in the large ledger. The
Right.
following names can be found in the ledger on the first page, however. Sir Ravelot, Vansel, which has a note that says unpaid next to it,
Somebody
Hurley,
write this down. Oh, Hurley.
Gleam, Glister, and Cernai. I share this with you folks. Do you see that or
Aha.
not?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I'm going to tape this now.
Oi, he says, you need to pay a gold piece.
There must be 3 brothers there. They're all called insert name.
They are. Insert name, yes.
I'll walk towards them and growl, making
Well-
like to try and intimidate them.
As I
so you
told the
may-
lads outside, we know Jebba and she knows us. So before we do any of this talking about tolls business, can you go and give her a shout for us?
We're not here to do what you say. You're here to do what we say.
I'll fix them with my one good eye, although I have two, but one's my favourite eye, so to be really good threatening eye, and go get the rabbit with the blue scarf, or I'll send a blue rabbit to get her. Do you know what I mean?
You want the boss.
I want the boss. Can I intimidate? Can I?
You can. Tracy, you growl threateningly at them, but sadly it is not that intimidating.
Oh, I'm not.
However,
intimidated at
Earl
all.
says, hold my pint, and is even less intimidating.
I'll go to hello, chaps. Could you be so as kind as befits your leader, please? Being all persuasive.
Right, go on, give us a persuasion check.
Fail Shay looks for it and go, you failing all right. That almost sounded like manners to me.
Acting, dear boy, acting.
You had me worried for a minute there.
Right, so they reach down and ding-a-ling-a-ling. They ring a bell, and a door opens. The wall, in the east wall. A herringbone pokes his head out. These bloody idiots want to see the boss.
I'm going
Who
to
you
pinch his
call a
arse.
bloody idiot?
I'm going to go up behind him and pinch his arse. Cheeky twat.
Right, he waves his club threateningly. Here, you, furry, back off right now.
Oh, whoa! We don't, we don't, bring people's sexual proclivities into things. I think that's a little bit low.
And are you going to wait for a little while?
Yep, patiently as usual.
Yeah.
Coming in through the door is a guy with a herringbone. He swaggers in with his long blue scarf. He hisses as he sees you. You bloody fools, he says.
That's a fine greeting. Or are you referring to them bloody fools playing cards over there?
He says, sound the alarm. These are the ones that defeated
What, me?
the patrol.
Should they not sound the alarm? If I sound the alarm, it's like, I'm doing their job for them,
I think now's about the good time to roll initiative.
Oh, we're going there, are
As he
we?
reaches
I'm
for...
going to have some dinner.
He reaches for a branding iron, which he pulls out of his belt, and the end glows magically, sizzling in the air.
Which? Oh, he's the one with the blue scarf, is he?
He is.
Oh, so we're going to go there, are we?
This can all end without violence. All you need to do is return your the stolen property to us to be reinstated to its rightful owner, and we will not imprison you.
To wit, one truffle bag.
Exactly.
So he makes a flourish with this branding iron in one hand and says, well, I can fight one of you in an honourable duel,
Deal, charge.
or we can roll initiative, I guess.
I'm just charging. As soon as he says, I can fight one of you in an honourable deal, I go, deal, and then charge.
I'll pull my rapier out then.
I'm going for the one that's going for the alarm.
Everyone's ignoring the honourable duel. I absolutely love this party so much.
It is.
It is chaos
It is a
in a
thing.
bag.
I'm going to swallow him whole.
Don't swallow his whole.
Again, Tracy, I have to roll your initiative for you. Sorry, it just seems to because
That's okay.
you're an NPC person. You're a person of NPC persuasion. So first up, we have Dobbsy McShergar. Believe it or not.
As a last-ditch attempt, I'm going to scream the word reciprocity.
It says I'm restrained.
So you should be, Dave. So you should be. You are restrained. I don't know why you're restrained. There you go. Oh, you were restrained by Elmer. Right. We can have an honourable duel, then the whole party charges. Dobbsy.
I sidestep into that,
Yeah.
and then I whip out my daggers and stab that bastard.
Very good.
He did mention the Joe, didn't he?
He did.
We obviously misheard.
The alarm starts to ring. Clang-a-lang-a-lang. As you stab said bastard.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who's ringing the alarm?
Perhaps not. They have rang the guys at the back are ringing a bell. The card guys. They've scattered the cards all over the table, and are reaching.
That one sort of over to my left.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Dobbsy takes a swing with a dagger, but the Herringon is so quick it dodges out of the way. Next we have Felixa.
Hang on, I'm going to use cunning action to disengage.
Yeah.
And just looking at the map, is that like a solid wall to the right of them two, and to the right of me, or is it a door?
That is a door you should be able to say now. I've opened the door.
All right. Yes.
That is the door they came in.
All right. I will disengage 1 square south.
Okay. Felixa says, "Yeah, I see you know something of the art." She pulls her short sword out, twirls it round her hands, lightning fast, and hops forward. And then she stabs you with a short sword twice. She says, "Let me school you." She hits, doing a minor amount of damage. You dodge out with the second one. Then she leaps and twirls head over heels. This is how you disengage. As she leaps to the other side of the rabbit, twirling in midair and landing here.
Excellent.
Next up we have Mr. Herringon Bandit. Who would suddenly... He's the one ringing the alarm. He steps forward next to his mate, pulls his club out, holds an attack action. We miss Brian the Snail. Agadon steps forward and stabs out with that. Brandon Iron Tracy. He misses. He hits with the second one. You feel it burn your skin. And then he vanishes in front of you. He doesn't vanish to anybody else, but to Tracy he's invisible. And then he also leaps backwards and disappears, Tracy, so you literally can't see him. Next up we have the Brigand. Also holds an action, an attack. Sheerlook, it is your turn. You've witnessed this amazing lightning quick flurry of like rabbits leaping and backwards and forwards and spiraling through the air.
Really, I shall move forward and take a swing at her.
Take a swig at Mr. Longscarf. He has the long blue scarf. No, you're targeting Felixa.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. You take a stab at Felixa. Ow. Yeah, you little git. I'm going to carve off your toes and make them into a necklace. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, God.
Okay, Britwick.
Right. Right. Well.
There seems to be an extremely confused large wolf standing in front of you, looking left to right.
Right. What I shall do, I'll do my movement first.
Okay.
And that puts me there.
Yeah.
And then I shall give him a good hiding. And I intend to use my flurry of blows at some point.
That seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
So I need to try and attack him first.
Indeed.
Well, it makes no odds, because I get 2 more goes on him.
Right. you lash out with your unarmed attacks, but he's lightning quick. It's like the Matrix. He's like, you're sure you're going to punch him, but he's not. As he dodges left and right. You should get another swing. As the first two, he ducks his head to the left and then to the right. And then you go low and he hops up in the air and he smiles at you.
I call out to him again and just tell him to get Jebbish. I knows all about this.
She's a traitor. You finished your turn?
Yes, that will have to do for me.
Okay. Next up. Trissy. He has vanished.
Hold on, where?
Those two that's to the west there.
Yes.
What are they?
They seem to be normal Heragon bandits.
Right, and the two to the right look more capable, I dare say, yeah?
Angdon is the one who branded you. You can't see him. He's not there. The other one has done a leap through the air and sort of pirouetted and landed the other side of the table.
Right. So the one I can't see, is that the one that's got 6 above it or some shit?
It's Agadon. It's the one you can't see. You can still attack him, but you're at disadvantage. Because you've got good smell, so you can smell him, but you can't see him.
The one straight... I'm just going to target the one, and then obviously I don't think
I'll tell you what, for your turn, what I'll do is I'll disappear him. Poof.
Right. Yeah, thanks.
So you know which one has disappeared.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to chew his head off.
Okay. So you bound for it. That's that's a she, actually.
All right, she. Sorry, I'll not discriminate. Still getting swallowed.
Okay, Earl, can you stop moving for now, please?
Yeah, sorry.
Because I've got movement arrows all over the screen.
I will stop moving.
You have to do me rolls, don't you?
No, you can do your attack rolls. It's just your skill rolls. So you've got your little wolf character sheet open, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go down to the combat bit, you'll have like your attack and your damage.
All right, I just didn't scroll down. I was like, oh my god.
So Felixer is 15 feet away, so you're moving close enough to Felixer. You have everybody targeted. Wait a minute.
How was that disadvantaged?
Because you were advantaged, but you had everybody targeted.
Oh shit!
Yourself, you had Andy.
No, I didn't. That might have been Earl.
Well, target Earl. That's fine. Right. So you do hit her. So you want to do damage? No, you've got advantage because of pack tactics. So you've had to move to there. You got pack tactics, remember, and you're standing next to Sherlock. So roll your damage.
So I do the damage now, yeah?
Yeah. You snap down on Felixer, who goes, ow!
It's a DC 13 strength save throw. She's going to be knocked prone or something.
Oh, she fails. Right. Felixer falls to the ground as you snap at her hamstring and she falls down. Ow! Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Excellent. Nutmeg. Now you can move.
Okay then. He's disappeared.
I'll put him back. It's only Tracy that can't see him. For now.
I'll charge over and hit him with reckless attack. With my bonker. I will rage on the way, obviously.
So you rage. Put your rage on. You've got your rage on. Nice.
Then I'll do my reckless attack.
And you take a swing at him.
I'll twat him with my bonker. Did I hit?
That hits. Because you haven't got him targeted.
Oh,
God forbid.
I actually did before till you disappeared him. I'll need to drag that onto him.
You will.
Which I've done.
So you swing with your bonker and do a little bit of damage to him. Oh, he says, for that I'm going to kill you next.
Is that right, Peaches?
This is not funny.
Well, you're the one who keeps rabbiting on.
Ha ha, very funny. I bet you think you're the first person that's made that.
Don't you mean very bunny?
Hilarious you are. Any minute
Oh.
now, the boys will come through that door, and then you're a dead man.
No, by then we'll be standing next to your body with a dagger to your throat, and they'll probably just say, "Oh no, don't kill him." Blah
that
blah
your-
blah blah.
Is that your turn?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've done all the bonking I'm gonna do.
It's a new round, and it's Dobbsy once more.
Dobbsy
Which
stabbing.
way did that door open, Rich? Was it inwards towards us or outwards?
Oh God, I didn't know. It slid into the ceiling. There you go. You ask all these complicated questions. I don't know.
I know, but I was going to say if there was a handle on the door, I was going to whip a rope around it.
There's a handle on the door. It's one of those swing doors, so it'll swing backwards and forwards.
Right. Okay. That plan's out the window. Then. Wasn't there another guard to the left? Initially?
Yes, but you can't see him because you have moved around the corner.
Right. Okay. There's not a lot. I can't get anywhere into attack, so I'll have to sheath my dagger and pull out my bow and have a twang at them.
Oh, he's flanked. You can sneakily twang at him.
Yeah, you get your sneak attack bonus, so you'll need to apply your sneak attack damage. No, actually, that only counts if he's adjacent to him as well, isn't it?
No, not with ranged weapons. As long as he's engaged.
As long as he's engaged. All right, I'll allow it anyway.
Well, that's how I run it. I mean,
Well, that's fine.
Me and rules are a little bit hazy.
Oh, I don't care about rules. Yeah, so apply your sneak attack there, Dobbsy.
Can I shoot over the top of Brutwick or Nutmeg without?
Yeah, Nutmeg's pretty small, as is Sherlock. Did Brutwick? Do you pick medium or small, Andy?
I'm not sure. I shall just have a look and see if I've actually filled that bit in.
Size medium. You picked the medium one.
Did I?
Yeah, according to this, you are size medium.
Okie Yes, size medium. I am a medium rabbit.
Right, so apply your sneak attack damage, Dobbsy. Roll a hit. You hit.
Good.
He says. Felixa, get the boys. Right now, says Felixa. She leaps 20 foot overhead, spinning, and not provoking an opportunity attack. She lands in front of Dobbsy. She blows you a raspberry, uses cunning action to dodge, to disengage, and she goes, "I'll see you later, horseboy," and runs into the room and disappears from sight.
Is that bunny rabbit leaping thing?
It is. But
I thought you had. I
the
thought you had
NPCs work
to be
differently.
moving.
No, the NPCs work differently to the PCs.
So I don't get an opportunity attack as she lands in front of me.
No.
That's a shame.
They have an ability called Standing Leap.
Ah, right.
She disappears from the room. Brigand
All right.
goes, okay, what about us? He says, "Get it, boys!" So the Brigand runs forward to engage Tracy, but holds his attack action until his friend is next to him.
So he gets packed tactics.
So he gets packed tactics. Agdon goes, "Well, I'm going to take a swing at Nutmeg. I told you I'd kill you next, Nutmeg."
It's not very nice.
He gets a crit.
Ow.
Nutmeg goes down. You're also... He's invisible to you. Then he leaps over the top of Britwick, does a Matrix flip, landing the other side, and oh yeah, so uncanny dodge. I should have taken that. And he says, Dobbsy's got his bow out, and he goes, "See you later, sucker," because you haven't got a melee weapon out, and he disappears through the door.
I've got my hooves.
He dodges nimbly out of the way. "See you later, horsey," and he disappears from view. The other brigand moves up and attacks Tracy with his club. "You heard the boss. Hit the big one." Hits with his pack tactics. Take a whole 5 points of damage, Tracy, which allows the first one to take his reactionary attack as he attacks with a club. Also hits. They beat upon you with their clubs. You are a little bit wounded, Tracy.
Okie dokie.
Sherlock. These rabbits have leaped overhead and vanished. And
I cast Healing Word on Nutmeg.
Nutmeg's fallen to the ground. He's where do you think he stabbed you with that brand, Earl, and put the brand on you?
Oh, it'll be on me cheek.
So you've got to get brand. You've got, the Playboy bunny. It looks a bit like that. So you've got the Playboy bunny branded on your cheek now.
I'm going to do a bad thing to him.
You wake up, but you are prone on the ground.
You very well. Thank you very much.
Oh, you say, your rage, your resistance did not work against that whatsoever.
Can I move again, Rich?
You can. Where are you moving to? To
there.
Okay.
I'm just making room for the others.
Okay, well, Hidden Word's a bonus action, so you still have your action.
So I'll attack the one in front of me then.
Okay, you attack the one in front of you. Oh, you're attacking yourself there, Dave.
No, I've got him targeted.
Yeah, you had yourself as well. You attack him, you stab him, and you hurt him. Do the hurty. Say you've targeted yourself again.
Wait, can you untarget us then?
There you are. Do the stabby. Is that the best you got? Little fella? You stab the brigand.
No, I've got better. I'm just saving it for somebody more worthwhile.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Britwick, you're up next.
Right. Let's see.
So you run into the room
Yeah.
and catch up with Felixa.
Yep.
Look, Agdon has just shot off. And you hear him shouting in the room, "Get up, lads, you're being attacked."
Right, and I'm going to attempt to belt Felicia with my quarterstaff. We go. No buggering about.
Oof, that's a crit.
That wasn't much for a crit, was it?
Let's have a look. You should have done damage. You didn't have it targeted, so it didn't roll the critical damage.
I did. But she's not. Right. But is there anything I can do about that?
You can just roll the damage again, because it's basically double damage. So I'll apply that damage to her first.
Right.
And then roll again. Another 6.
There we are.
She's heavily injured. Can't you do anything about that, Felixa? Because she's kind of a badass. No, not that badass, sadly. Right, so is that your turn, or are you doing lots of monkey stuff to her?
Oh, I couldn't I? No, I won't. I won't do monkey stuff to her. I shall save me monkeying for the other bugger.
Okay, which is also coincidentally the monk class, and Monkey, the great sage equal of heaven. Oh, Monkey! Tracy, it's your turn. You have been bonked from behind by 2 Herringon.
Right, I'll turn round and I'll snap on the one I've got targeted.
With your pack tactics, that's a big hit. Nom. Ooh, you bite him and he falls to the ground. But what happens to him? He falls to the ground, apparently dead, and is in fact dead. That's quite disappointing. That's your turn. I mean, do you wish to do anything else?
No, I'll stand my ground with this one.
Okay. Nutmeg, you're on the floor. You need to stand up.
I'll stand up and I'll move off my movement there and I'll attack this panicky jaunt. I'm not raging anymore. I can't rage again, can I? I'll just hit him with my bonker.
Does rage wears off when you fall unconscious, doesn't it?
I assume it does, yeah.
Yeah, so your rage is off.
Oh, in that case, I'll be really clever. Use the last 5 of movement to move there. I'll just twat him.
It's a bonk. You whack him with your bonker. He is heavily injured. Oh, you go. Gonna get it now. The boss is gonna wake up, boys. Dobsy McShergar.
I want to put my bow away, draw my dagger, and then I'm going to go to the door to help Andy. If that's allowable.
Cause it? You can always do whatever you like. So you run into this room.
Hang on. I'm just from where I was there.
Yes.
Can I see Felixa? Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
And can I? 5.
And you can fire with your sneak attack bonus.
I'm thinking of something different, actually.
That's fine. You do whatever you need to do.
I might use charge.
Ooh. That sounds all centauri. In this room, the room is cluttered. Sorry, Andy and Bracey, I should have described it. The room's cluttered with weapons and other supplies, some haphazardly placed, some moderately organised. A few pieces in particular are placed on wooden pedestals in an effort to make their unimpressive models look important. Across the room, almost as if set into the wall itself, is a wooden statuette of a woman, and I need a quick roll off you two guys.
Rightio. Any particular sort of roll you'd like?
I do. I need a nature check. There you go. Send me that nature check, please, there, chaps.
Howdy dowdy. No,
You're
not close.
both.
Oh, well done.
You are both bloody useless.
We are.
It's a wooden statue in a room full of staff.
Bollocks to it.
About
Right.
as much as we can manage is it's a woman.
I think it's a woman. It's not. It's one of them human things. So the bits are all in the wrong place.
Right, charge says if you move at least 30 feet straight towards a target and then hit it with a melee weapon attack on the same turn, you can immediately follow that attack with a bonus action, making one attack against the target with your hooves.
Go for it. As this rampaging, screaming centaur comes running across the room. Also, don't forget you need to add your sneak attack damage. You do not have an effect button there.
Nope.
Okay, I do not.
This hits, you're going to smear her straight up the wall.
I do not know what on earth. Hang on. Then.
Maybe he needs to change the mode or display.
No, I'm in combat.
Try it in standard.
I've stuck it on for you. We'll fix it afterwards. Right, so roll the hit with your stabby weapon.
Oh, what's going on?
Dagger.
Okay.
Are you using your dagger or are you using your...
I'm using my magic dagger, which at the minute it's shite. But never mind.
Felix goes, bloody hell, what's that centaur doing? Ah! As you come charging over.
Oh, alright, something's gone wrong because my magic dagger's disappeared from my weapons bar.
Have you equipped it?
There you go.
Fuck's sake.
She dodges out of the way. She seems very spry. You ran all that way and you just miss. I feel sorry for you.
Christ on a bike! Fucking rogues are useless.
She miss with your second attack. Said, oh no, I'd be afraid if I wasn't there. I'd be afraid if I was in danger. Right, so we've got some Heragon waking up in the next room. However, they are missing their turn this turn. 1, 2. Felixa goes, it's like that, is it? I don't know what your name is, but here you go. And she stabs you with a short sword, Andy.
That's nice.
It hits.
Can I do anything about dodging?
You cannot, unless you get stuff like evasive action and stuff later on. You assumed to be dodging already. That's part of your armor class. And she says, Heragon's jump is 20 feet long, with or without a running start. She says, bye boys, and she leaps through the air, uses cunning action to disengage. Again, landing here, flipping head over the top of those crates, flipping head over. She pauses long enough to blow you a kiss, Dobbsy, and then runs into this room. See you later.
Oh, that'll do. That will do.
Heragon Bandit, Panicky Jaunt. Which one are you? It's the one who's surrounded. He goes, okay, bugger this. And He disengages and does a standing leap, flips over the top of you, Tracy, landing there, and then he runs like a big old coward. I'm not getting paid enough for this. I'm not getting fighting with you. Runs into the room and goes, "Oh bloody hell! The sentinel's in here!" And tries to run away from you. Brian the Snail's not there. Mr. Longscarf. He moves at ridiculous speed, Dobbsy. Targets you with that wicked Brandon iron of his. Oh, crits. Dobbsy goes down. And he laughs as he moves back around the corner, out of sight. Sleeping Brigand. Waking up. Shelock.
I'll guess I'll have to get into that.
You're coming to realise how just bloody annoying Heragon are.
Move there. And I'm going to have them do some vile mockery on them.
Also, Dubsy has a... Oh, Dave, if you go to modules, right, activate, if you can't think of anything, and search for mock. I think I already did that. A vicious mockery table.
I think I did that.
So you can hit that should you wish to. You don't have to. Right, so you cast... You notice Dobbsy McShergar lying on the ground. Where did you get your Playboy Bunny brand, Dobbsy?
On my right tit.
Nice. So, go ahead, vicious mockery-ize him. Aim round to 1. So, roll your mockery damage. You have mocked the Heragon.
Excellent.
You've mocked the Heragon Brigand to death, Dave. And he stays dead. Do you have anything viciously mockery to say to him, or is that it?
Well, where's this table? I thought we'd automatically do it.
No, you have to open your it's just a table, so you have to open the module. Go to modules. Go to the click on the actual Fisher's Mockery bit, and then on the right hand side you'll see the tables. You need to drag that to your taskbar or something, or you click on them. Right, somebody's moving all over the screen, and I can't see where everybody is. So please stop moving at the moment.
But we're keen.
I know you're keen. Right, you have mocked him to death, Sherlock. You still have your action.
Well, I've got no left.
Is Vicious Mockery a bonus action?
I don't know. It's a cantrip.
Well, no, that's an action then. So you have your bonus action. Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, Britwick.
Right. I shall do me movement in bits. That's all right.
That seems sensible. You run through the door. You see a bunch of brigands getting out of bed.
There's that fucker. Right. Well, that's all right. I shall take a step to one side so that the doorway is clear for my compatriots.
Yeah.
Maybe another one so that I'm next to Buggerugs over there. And I think under the circumstances, I may have to flurry of blows again. Now, hang on. I just want to check what flurry of blows. Is it? Oh, so you can do it with a weapon then?
Oh, yeah.
No, 2 unarmed strikes, but you doesn't. Right, okay. Right. Well.
So you take an attack action, you can use a weapon to take the attack action with, but then you spend a key point to make 2 unarmed blows.
Right. Well, I shall attempt to hit him with my quarterstaff first, and then do the other thing.
As you do.
As you do. Oh, you.
He quickly dodges out of the way.
Right, well, I shall attempt to slap him daft then. Oh, you fucking...
The dice are not with you tonight, my friend.
You're not bloody wrong.
Again, he ducks left, right. moving in a blur.
Yeah, whatever.
You still had 20 feet of movement.
I did I?
You did.
Well,
But
hang on.
unless you can avoid being attacked, he will get to attack you. Unless you leap. I'm not sure how a leap works.
Wait a minute.
Because, like I said, it's different from the NPC leap.
Ah, right. Yes, hang on. 5 times your proficiency bonus. My speed is greater than 0. So that means I can leap 10 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Proficiency bonus. Right, without provoking an attack. So I will go...
Oh, it's a bonus action. You've used your bonus action to do flurry of blows.
Oh, I have, haven't I? Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
yes.
I have. Right, ignore that. I'll just stand there like a pro.
Just stand like a prawn. Ilvanaloid, my good lady, it is your turn.
Alrighty ho. I will move thy wolf there, and then to there, just so I
You can
see
move
what.
through Dave because he's a halfling.
So 20, isn't it? 30, 40. You know, if I change back, you know, and I can heal myself, is that actually an action to change back?
I think it's a bonus action.
It's a bonus
So
action.
you can drop your form.
I will.
and
I'll
then
drop
heal
my
yourself.
form. And but
So,
is healing myself part a bonus action as well as I change form back?
it depends what healing spell you have. Oh no, you can expend a spell slot to heal yourself, can't you, as a druid?
Yes. When I change back.
No,
So
you do. You heal yourself in animal form by expending a spell slot.
in animal form.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I heal?
You're probably a bit more dangerous as a dire wolf.
Can I heal Dobsy in animal form?
No.
No.
No, it only heals yourself. You literally heal your wounds using spell slots.
I'll come back to you, Dobsy. I won't let
You could pop out a dire wolf form and use cure wounds because that's an action. So yes, you will be able to do that. Or you could heal yourself using a spell slot and just stay in dire wolf form.
And there's lots of rabbits through that next door. Not that I'm trying to influence you.
Probably I'll stay in this form for at least another round or so. Try and draw some of the attacks because if I don't know how many is through that door, I'll come back to you, Dobsy. Move up there. Is that me 50 feet?
Yes. You say
Where's that one? Was that in this room or is it in the next room? The one in the corner.
which one?
I can see
The one with the blue scarf. The leader.
on Brigand 3.
Yeah, you can't see him. Remember.
All right. Is he in this room?
Yes, he's right next to me.
Can I not smell anything?
You can smell him. He's over to the right, next to Britwick.
Oh, right. In that case, next to Britwick.
Yeah, in front of him. Well, to the northeast of him. You can smell him. You can't see him. So you could attack with.
No, but what's that one to me left?
That is. These are the ones that were in bed that have just woken up and are climbing out of bed.
Right.
And Felixia is at the back there.
All right. Can I have a go at the disadvantage to have a go at whatever's invisible? See if I can.
You can, but it's a straight roll because you get pack tactics as well.
All right. Okay. Straight roll.
I think he's out of range though. If you just bear with me a second.
All right. Okay.
I'll target him for you, and then we will see what we can see. No, he's 5 feet away, so you can. So it's a straight roll to hit.
And there was Mike going to say, I will bodily pick up the dire wolf and move it 5 foot forward.
So what I need you to do, Tracy, is click the disadvantage button on the bottom. This is an annoying ability because it's invisible to some people, and then roll to hit because it should roll with advantage because you pack tactics and then level it out. So roll to hit. There you go. That's worked. It's a miss.
Oh.
Yeah, your teeth snap on there.
Thin air.
Thin air, yes.
Okay.
Is that your turn? You've got a bonus action. You could heal yourself for a spell slot, or basically that's it.
I'll heal myself for a spell slot because now that I can see, there's at least 4 that I can see in here, plus whatever's invisible. I will.
Right, on your actions menu, it's got you can't see it because you've got a die off. I'll have to roll that for you. That's kind of
fine.
annoying.
That's fine. I'm just trying to tank some of these, that's all for them.
8 hit points I've rolled for you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you
So
very
you've only
much.
got 9 wounds. Right, next up, Nutmeg.
Right. I just need to move there so I can look in the room and then work out which way I'm stepping off.
You'd have to step to the side, otherwise you'd be in top of Sherlock.
Yeah, no, I'm going to step like there.
I don't think you can see anybody because you've also been branded. Although you
right.
can see Tracy snapping at apparently thin air.
Oh,
That's pretty much all I can do.
Yeah.
Can I see? I can't see anything at all, can I?
No.
Can I see what she's snapping at? She's trying to attack something.
She's trying to attack something, but she snapped at apparently thin air.
I'll throw a javelin at it.
Fair enough. You throw a javelin with disadvantage. So if you click the disadvantage button, I'll target it for you.
I missed it.
No, you did miss it, didn't you?
It was worth the show.
Yeah. You hear him going there. You guys are bloody useless. When I give you to Slackdog Lorna, she's going to throw you in jail for 100 years. Dobbs death saving throw, success. Sniper has jumped up out of bed and has grabbed his crossbow. Apparently he has a light crossbow, but he hasn't had time to equip it properly. So for this round, he is going to leap his 20-foot leap. He does the great salmon leap to the back of the room. Same for this one. Grabs his crossbow, does a salmon leap. Looks like next turn they're going to get him. His flicks, it goes there. Choices. I'm going to leave it a chance, she says, and rolls a d6. So first in line is Elvanilor. So she runs forward, Elvanilor, and she stabs you with a short sword.
I got rid of.
And misses. Right, but she's staying there. Next up we have Agdon. He's going to try and stab you with the branding iron because it's kind of nasty.
Just out of curiosity, Rich, how come I can't see anybody in the room I'm in?
You should be able to see the NPCs.
Nah, well, I can see him in front of us, but I can't see the rest of them.
Yeah, I can't see anything else either.
They're shown as being short NPCs.
It don't matter.
You can't see the waved red nose bristles.
Nah. I can only see him in front of us.
I have unticked them and ticked them again. Right, so can you see them? He's going to stab with that wicked branding iron.
Right. Just while I check, I'm sure there's something I can do about that.
He's pretty vicious, and he's rolled 2 crits with it. He hits you, Britwick.
Right.
Apparently with a dagger, because I clicked the wrong button. He does heavy damage to you.
I can take that.
Brigand at the back has grabbed his club and is running forward. Standing leap first of 20 feet. Boing! And then runs into combat next to you, Tracy. Wielding a club. But sadly, that's pack tactics.
And I still can't see them.
And it bounces off your armour.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird because I've unticked and ticked them. Brigand 3 grabs his club, runs forward, Tracy. He's just having rotten luck tonight. He hits with his club, hurrah! Take 3 damage. This might take a while, he says. Do you mind hanging on? While we beat on you, Sherlock.
Right, I shall run.
No.
Well, I shall move. There, what can I say?
Can you see the two in the doorway?
Yeah, I can see 3, in fact.
Well, there you go then. Guess it's just Andy. His ears have fallen down over his eyes.
I want to cast Fairy Fire. It's
Okay.
20 foot by 20 foot and 20 foot near.
You know the rules. You drag it onto the map, and where it lands, that's where it lands.
Not on me.
No.
So do I drag the cast onto the map?
No. Okay. If you look at your action menu,
Oh God. This is where
this
we're
is
going to
where
be
it goes
very
horribly wrong. Earl got really good at it, but Dave has had no practice. Right, and if you go down to Fairy Fire, yeah, do you see the little square next to the tennis racket?
Look on the bright side, Elvana, it's not a fireball.
When you drag it and release and drop it on the map, that's where it'll appear.
Oh, I can see a tennis racket. I can't see a square.
Definitely see. Are you in combat mode? At the bottom of the screen, it says Mode Combat Display Actions. You should be in Combat Actions. Do you see that? Oh dear, badly misjudging his range. You get the Herringon sniper with the everyday beret. You went too cautious there, David. You have to remember that the centre is, when you drop it, that's where the centre will appear. So do you want to?
If you hit that on an invisible person, it makes them visible.
It's true.
Oh, so can I have a recasting?
Just this once because it's the first time you've done it, okay? But where it lands, it lands. So that was your one practice. Drop that. Bad boy, Dave. Drop it. Come on.
Carefully now. Carefully now.
Come on, Dave. You can do it. Now you know why Earl kept...
nervous. Stop making them nervous.
Now you know why Earl kept fireballing you.
Because me and Andy are nervous.
I only fireballed him twice.
Come on, Dave. Do it.
I'm trying, but it won't.
Just close your eyes and leave go.
It still won't do it, Rich. I keep on dragging it.
Rage and smash.
Okay, running forward.
Oh,
He's the other side of a wall.
All right, I'm standing on top of one now. There was one in that square.
No, that's the doorway there, look.
I'll stand in the doorway and I'll smash him after I've hit me rage.
He's raging again. That should be your rages for the day.
It is. I will bonk him with me bonker. Do I get advantage?
No, you don't get advantage.
Oh, then I'll recklessly attack them.
That one straight ahead of you is sparkling a lovely purple colour.
Oh, I'll
Or
smack that
green.
on the head of him.
Which one is it, Dave? You've put 2 effect on him.
Green.
So moving
The
forward,
green one.
the one straight ahead and to the right.
I'll smack him.
Go for it. Roll that bonker. Critical hit easily because of the fairy fire. Bosh. Yeah, with a sickening crack, you swing your bonker and bring it down on his skull, and he's crushed and dead before he hits the floor. Or is he? Yes, he is.
Can I use my bonus action to intimidate the one between me and the wolf and go, it's killing time!
You can make an intimidation roll. That's fine. You're not looking too good.
Not what your mum said.
You are not intimidated at all because you have a level of exhaustion because you've been knocked to the ground, remember?
Oh, very good point.
You're not scary at all. You need to train some more. Dobbsy, second death saving throw success. Herrigon, sniper, opens up with a crossbow at the giant wolf, which is tearing holes in everything. Shoot the big furry one. It's a hit. You're heavily damaged, Elvan Law. The second sniper also opens fire with a crossbow.
I yell.
It misses. It sticks in your fur. Felixa says, choices. Which one do I smash in the face? Felixa has a sneak attack bonus as well because she has somebody standing next to her. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I can't decide who I want to stab more. I'm going to roll. 1 to 3, it's Elvana, and 4 to 6, Turl. And of course, it is Earl. Now she has a sneak attack bonus. She's like, are you ready for this? Ooh, it bounces off your shield, Earl. It takes
peer
a
out
big,
of my shield and go,
massive
"Oh,
chunk out of your shield. Well, bloody hell. That would have took your bloody head off. Agadon Longstaff. Doesn't like these odds. Is heavily damaged. He is going to fall back, I think, perhaps. A more fortuitous location. So he does a standing leap of 20 feet. Bang! And then runs behind the safety of his men. And holds an attack action with his branding iron. Come and get me, you baggers.
Okay.
Brigand
nice of you to ask.
3 was fighting Tracy, so we'll continue to fight Tracy with a club. And his pack tactics. Does 3 more damage to you, Tracy. You're battered and bleeding. Shelock.
I'll attempt to bind Dobbsy's wounds.
It's a DC 10 medicine check to stabilise him. That doesn't bring him round, mind. That only stabilises him.
ooh, but
It's a
that heals.
20, yeah, it does. I'm gonna let him come back with 1 hit point because you bound him so well.
And then I shall move to there.
This is where you
Dobsy.
run over and go, live, live, and then throw a bandage on him.
Dobbsy, you come round, prone on the floor, with 1. That's a wall. Dave, that's a wall.
I'll move there then.
Okay. Is that your turn?
No, I shall move to there out of sight.
Alrighty then. Britwick, it is your turn. He has
Right.
bounced away out of range behind the cover of his men.
Ah.
And he's
Interesting.
gesticulating at you with his brand going, come on you, Carrie, come and fight me.
He may think he has. How many darts can you throw a turn?
I don't know. 1, I think. Unless you get multi-attack. I'm not sure.
I was just checking. I'm going to sling a dart in his general direction. And it looks like from where he stood, I can go straight between his 2 henchmen.
It certainly looks like that.
Well, cross your fingers.
So, quickly whipping it out, underarm throw.
No, I fucking
myth.
thought not.
Dart, we're not playing games in a pub here. We're fighting. You know, you can surrender now and I won't kill you all.
Likewise.
Are you
Works both ways.
doing anything else, Andy?
No, I'm going to stay where I am, I think.
You can see at the back of this room there's an exit that leads past this whole area towards the other way where them 2 mushrooms are. Alright, that is your turn. He's just staying there.
Yeah.
Tracy Elvana with the wolf. Le wolf.
Go on, bite Felixer.
You should have pack tactics this time, finally. Yeah, you do. Now we're talking. It's a hit.
That'll do it.
She's intent on stabbing Earl. Doesn't notice you. What do you do to her, Tracy?
Bite her head off.
Rip our fucking throat out. I wince just a little bit.
Is that one of those sort of chomp, just gone?
Right, you bite her head off, clean off. The corpse falls to the ground. And you know those that video of the fox decaying rapidly? Our body starts to do that.
I'm going to nip to the bathroom, guys, right?
Okay, we'll pause it there and we'll take a break. Okay, Elvanlo, you are up.
Oh, right.
You have 1 next to you. The 2 on the other end of the room are shooting crossbows at you, and Agden has jumped back and is holding an attack action with his brandishing his branding iron and taunting Andy to come and attack him because he's a coward.
You know, if you're in melee with some people that are in with crossbow, do they get disadvantage to shoot?
Yes.
Then I will do that. And I put myself between them and the party so that I'm biggish, so, you know, I might be more of an enticing target.
They will get partial cover if they try to shoot past you. But they probably won't.
The party will get partial cover.
No, yeah.
Right.
The brigand will get a free attack on you, however.
I'll go for it. It's something I would do.
Right, okay. He clubs at you. He hits. Doing even more damage. Oh, the poor wolf is all battered. Right, you can move. You move up to there. And then you get an attack action, I believe.
Actually, I'm gonna. Is it an actual action to heal myself in
It
wolf
should be
form?
like that. There you go. It is a bonus action to use a spell slot to heal yourself.
I'll do that. And then I'll attack one of these. Like bite one of these. I'll have a go at biting one of these.
So you've used 2 spell slots so far. And didn't you cast a heal? No, you didn't. You've used 2 of your spell slots.
With this one.
Yeah, to use your combat wild shape healer. You heal 6 points of damage.
Right, champion.
Your
Right,
wounds sail.
I'll have a go at that one. Yeah, and fail miserably.
Another one. He's got red whiskers. We're not having a lot of fun here today, chaps.
No, my dice rolls are absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, for once it's all coming up. Richie.
I'll swing round the back and twat him.
Bish,
I
bash,
think
bosh.
I'll do it recklessly just to make sure.
Oh, put that reckless attack on. Bish, bash, bosh. Job is a good one. It's a hit with the bonker.
This is where you fall down.
9 points of damage as you smash him in the head. He falls down.
Right, and I'll use the rest of my movement.
Right, this one, as he falls to the ground, Earl, he crosses his hands across his chest and he falls to the ground. He looks, for all intents and purposes, as if he's sleeping peacefully. His skin is encased in an opalescent film like the skin of a bubble.
Sounds like magic. Don't like magic.
So now that he's down, you can move your extra movement if you wish.
Right.
This is why Bear is so good at low levels, because it gets multi-attack.
Yeah.
Right, so you flutter onto the bed, so you're standing on the bed effectively.
No, I'll flutter over here and duck behind the bed using it as cover because they've got crossbows.
You can do that, but Tracy won't get her pack tactics. She would have if you would.
All right, I'll stand on the bed and give her pack tactics.
And be a goddamn hero.
Can I use my bonus action to kick the pillow at the one in front of me?
You can.
I will do that.
Hey, what you doing, you idiot? It's not a pillow fight. Dobbsy, you are prone on the ground on 1 hit point.
I stand up.
You have 20 feet of movement left.
I pick my bow up.
Yep.
And I'll see if I can get a shot off. I'll move to there to get a better angle on Everyday Berry.
Alright, you get your sneak attack bonus. It's a hit. 14 points of damage. You stick an arrow straight through his eye and he falls over. And immediately turns to stone on the ground in front of you.
Cool.
Okay.
He's downed.
He is downed. Is there anything else, McDobbsy?
I will use the rest of my turn to enter the room.
Standing next to the bed.
Right. And I will enter there.
It's the sniper. He's going to fire at disadvantage at Elvanilor.
That's not nice.
And he misses. Agdon says, right, well, bag of this then. I'm off. And he, what does he do? He runs, which means he runs at lightning speed.
And I shout, coward.
Disappearing out of the hole. And I'm talking like he's running like the Flash and hopping. He can move 190 feet at full tilt.
Wow.
And he's like, You cowards, I'll come back for you baggers later, and runs off. Leaving the sniper, who kind of looks sheepish as he's now alone, drops his crossbow and begins to raise his hands. Look. Yeah, he's like 190 feet away, so...
I'll move to there. See what I can see.
I'll be back, I will. I'll see Slack-jawed Lorna. She bloody sort you out, she will.
Well, I'll move to there, see what I can see then.
Okay.
So he surrendered. I can't see the other rabbit then.
No, he has run off into the mist at a vast speed. He runs 140 feet and then hops for another 20 feet.
I take it the leader's hopped it then.
Yes, he's hopped it. So it's up to you. The other guy drops his crossbow and sheepishly raises his hands, waved Red Nose. He's called Red Nose as well because he's got red whiskers.
Are these hand crossbows or...
They are light crossbows. Light crossbows.
Would I be able to use one? Because I can use a hand crossbow.
You should be able to do it. It's a standard simple weapon.
Right, I'll pick it up and collect some bolts for myself then.
Right, so you can do that. That's not a problem. He puts his hands up. Is anybody else, Britwick?
Yep, I'm going to move across the way and go, no, don't get any funny ideas about making a run for it. There's a good lad. We might want to pick your brains before we pickle your brains.
Oh, not me brains.
Where's the bag that you hitched from the goblin?
It's in the storeroom.
Is there any traps on the storeroom?
Well, I guess if you're accepting me surrender, I owe you. And no, there's no traps in the storeroom.
Right, well, we'll come with you while you go and get it. You know, just to be on the safe side.
So he leads you into the storeroom to the south.
I'm going to take this opportunity before we move anywhere to shape change back.
Yep. So you just got your actions on your at the top of your wolf form. There should be
It's not. Yeah, I'm hit. Yeah, I've hit active and it's
I
not.
know it's because it's got to be your turn. Wait a second.
All right.
I'll pop you. I'll make you the leader of the gang. I am. There you are. Try now.
Still got me dial. Oh, wait, we're
There you
back.
Hello, Pop's back. Sneezes a couple of times.
I will give this opportunity to heal Dobbsy.
If the sniper actually is as good as his word and gives us back the bag, I'll give him a couple of carrots and suggest he joins us for a quick meal.
Well, that's very kind of you.
Let's search the rest of this storeroom, see what other goodies they got.
Right. Well, you've got the supply room, which is the room to the south that you came through. You're in the sleeping quarters. The sleeping quarters have several beds, a patchwork of decor stolen. Stolen decor is prominently displayed. Each mismatched bedspread is wildly different colour from the next, tawdry even in the low light. Rugs stained with muddy footprints muffle your footsteps. And at the bottom of each bed is a footlocker.
Oh, we'll rifle them.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask the sniper, where did Longstaff and Felixia sleep?
Longscarf and Felixia have got their own special place.
Yeah, well, you might consider showing us that while we're on.
Certainly, I finished looting the bedroom. I mean, all the stuff in here, you know, some of it's mine, but that's all right. Yeah,
well, it's all right.
In the entrance room, there's a secret door behind a bookcase, isn't there?
So where you keep them?
I'll tell you what, you know, fair play. You've played fair by us, so you point out which footlocker's yours, and we'll leave that alone.
He was the one that was over here, so this orange one.
Yeah.
Right, so the top one pop it open, you get a club. A normal looking club. Yeah, that was Ralph's. He always kept a spare club in case he snapped his.
Sensible lad, Ralph.
The next one down is 4 days of rations.
Always useful.
The next one down is 6 days of rations. Yeah, we got a lot of rations in here, and we nix them off people, you see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another club. Literally the worst. So there's 2 more rolls to get something juicy. A light crossbow with some magical bolts. Only 2 magical bolts, sadly.
Oh well, better than nothing.
And the last one is a gem. Tiger Eye gem. I have placed them all into the party sheet.
According to that book, Hurley paid a visit. Can you tell us about this Hurley?
Big Bugbear was passing through. He wanted to go to Downfall.
You wouldn't happen to see a displacer base?
Oh, not since I was a child. Buggers they are. Crap all over your house. Cannot train them.
Now, where's this sacred door, young fella?
Right, so as you head into the sleeping chambers, the supply room, that is the one with the wooden statue in, and a bunch of crates.
Right.
The crates contain a variety of Monday items: crossbow bolts, clubs, crossbows, leather armor, slings, studded leather.
Okay.
The boss is going to be awfully pissed with you.
Yeah, and he just...
He's a vicious bastard. He definitely won't let it lie.
But he could have let it lie.
But he
Well, he
wouldn't
should've
let
let-
it lie. Right, so
No,
he
but he could have let it lie.
pushes the
He probably should have let it lie.
thing out of the way, and then the secret door, he presses on that, and it opens into a room on the other side.
Ooh, let's go and have a look at it.
There is the bed where all the magic happens.
Oh, God. Little bunny stains on the bed.
The room is the largest in the tollway, but no means opulent. It clearly belongs to the leader of the brigands.
Well, I
A
think there's an
four-poster bed,
element...
rickety and worn, yeah it is, towers on one side of the room while a once beautiful wardrobe and desk are poised on the other. Collections of things are gathered here and there, but the room seems generally free of clutter. A thin wooden door stands next to the bed, seeming to lead to the centre of the stump.
Well, I think we'd better have a bit of an investigation and searching.
Sounds
See
good.
if there's,
I'll
see
help
if there's
him on
any
first.
kit.
I'll help as well.
There is a chest. Oh no, sorry. The small bag that he gave you wasn't the right bag. There is a chest in the corner, and the
Right.
small door.
Right. Well, I'll open the chest.
Check for traps.
Right, you pull the chest, and it appears to be locked. So can I have a strength check as you tug
With me crowbar.
with advantage? With your crowbar, DC 15, strength check, request roll. There you go.
Somebody give us an hand.
Right, so before you get a chance to say anything, Britwick whips out a crowbar and begins prying at the chest.
I'll give him an hand.
Thank you very much. And is that the sacred door next to the bed?
No, the secret door was on the south wall behind the wardrobe. That's just a normal door.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Red Noses says, we weren't allowed near. Apparently this is where all the magic happens.
You can tell by the stains on the bed cloud.
Ew, I don't want to think about that. Right, so
Open book, and I don't either.
you have failed to open the chest.
Yeah, but Nutmeg's going to give me a hand.
So
I command.
you give me a hand. You can have another roll in, I guess. No, they heave and strain with all of their might. They don't seem to be able to pop this chest open.
Somebody hack this chest open.
I'll trample it to death.
I'll smash it up with a hammer. With me bonker. We'll just violently attack it.
Right, you violently attack it, and you do indeed smash the top of the chest in. There's a small click as a needle flies out, and a DC 13 dexterity saving throw to avoid it.
I will use my danger sense for advantage.
So what was it? DC 13 dexterity check. Okay, we can do that. And he's got advantage.
I'm very good though.
A 4 and a 3. Right, so the needle thuds into you, and you go, oh bugger, it's a poison needle, as you feel a burning in your stomach. You take 1 piercing damage, and I need a DC 11 Constitution saving throw, please. Ow, says Nutmeg.
Are you going to push that, or should I?
Yeah, I'm pushing. Hang on. Constitution saving throw, DC 11. Success. It burns, but it doesn't seem to have long-lasting effect. You're a hardy barbarian.
Tasted like
Constitution burns it off. From the remains of the chest, you find a whole bunch of stuff. Ooh. There's a portrait. There's a small brass tube. There's a small bag of truffles and a small pile of scarves. Ooh.
Oh, indeed. Let's put these all in our bag of treasures.
Yeah.
So who is taking what?
How many? Is there like a scarf for each of us? Because the next time he appears, I think we should take the scarf out and wave it in front of him.
Yeah, there's a small pile of scarves, yeah. A small pile of scarves of varying colours, although they are covered in a thin layer of mildew from lack of use.
Anybody mind if I take that metal tube?
Go ahead, dear fellow.
I'll take the small bag of
When you
truffles.
touch the metal tube, Andy, it tingles and it feels magical.
Oh, God. That wasn't why I was going to take... Oh, hang on. Should we take the small bag of truffles, I was going to say, and take them back to Jingle Jangle as, like, a gift, as well as our bag?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Good thinking. Are we going to the ration? So, I've got plenty now.
Why is the raft shown as minus £1? It's actually £300.
Maybe it's thought it was a life raft.
No.
Oh,
And it's
God.
dyslexic.
I wonder if that painting is actually something important.
What's a painting of?
Well, according to the description, it's a crowd drawing of a frog-like old woman purposefully made to look wretched and unpleasant.
Oh, sounds like that witch in there. Probably.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Follow metal tube about a foot long.
well, we should put all this stuff in the on Brian.
Yeah,
We need to get Brian some shell bags. Have a route around for something like a sack.
something that we could fashion into a pair of snail bags, as opposed to saddle bags.
You've got plenty of double bed sheets on that bed in the corner there.
That'll do nicely, and they're quite stiff.
Whipping the bed sheets off. What's the plan?
Is there anything in the wardrobe?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The wardrobe just contains a selection of normal sort of herringon clothes. Mostly jackets, no pants.
Search the desk.
Agadon wanted to Donald do it. Again, it contains a small stack of useless items, Dave. A broken hand mirror, a few sheets of burnt and torn parchment. You know, just it's stuff put there to look like it's been used, but it's actually useless.
Take it all. Just pour it into the bags.
Right. You just pour it into the bags.
Do you think it's worth locking and barring all the doors and keeping down in here overnight.
No, I think we should bugger off.
I'm also game with that idea.
Yeah, me too.
I think we should jump on Brian and step on it.
So, Mr. Sniper, what are your plans now?
Well, that depends. I mean, I'll just stay here if you're just gonna leave.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, the boss will probably head off to Bavlana. He does serve her, but maybe he'll come back afterwards.
So what happened to Jebba then? He said she turned traitor or something.
Yeah, she had some kind of epiphany or something, he said. She said she looked into the dark blackness of undeath and said, bugger this for a lark. I'm going to go and stay on the beaches of somewhere with beaches.
You know, I know all about that. That'll have been when I snapped her neck for her.
Could have been.
She looked well for having a snapped neck, I'm not going to lie. Although strange things do happen. I mean, you did notice my friend there. He turned into stone. I guess we can just get him a fishing rod and use him as a lawn ornament.
It's not a bad idea.
Yes, bloody strange things happening around here since Sylvain has been gone. But it's a living, isn't it? Briganding and thieving.
Yeah, but it's much of a living. For a start, it's illegal.
It's not illegal at the minute. Not while Bavlana's in charge.
Yeah, and it is also immoral.
So, have you any idea where, what's she called?
Who do you mean?
The one who was in charge before Bavlana took... Aye. Any idea where she went?
No, she just buggered off. She was there one day, and next day Bavlana says, I'm in charge now, you do what I bloody say. Harrigans sound really whiny and annoying, don't they? I don't know why I settled on this voice.
Oh, I quite like it.
And she's quite a powerful hag, so she laid a smackdown on a few people what told her to bugger off, and then the rest of us sort of towed the line.
As you do.
I mean, I do work for her, but I mean, I wouldn't be totally upset to see Sylvain turn up again. But I tell you this, if you do talk to Bavlana, don't tell her you're trying to find the business. She'll go absolutely bloody mental.
All right, I definitely won't accidentally say that in the first few seconds of meeting her.
Honestly, she'll go off her tits, she will.
Like, will she rage and charge around and get really angry? Maybe not be able to concentrate for her outright anger.
I don't know her that well. The boss knows her. Yeah, so you're all pretty beat up. You've only got a few hours of travel if you wanted to.
I think we should get out of Dodge and get in the general direction of away and head back to drop our friends' stuff off.
Yeah. And then sort of make camp.
He says, well, if you go west, you probably meet, you come to Downfall. It's at the end of the causeway.
Yeah, I think we should drop this off before we go to Downfall. I don't know about you guys. And
yeah.
We can get back there, get a proper rest, and then come out and head for Downfall.
It's going to probably take you, if you go with Brian, about 2 days to get there.
Oh, in that case...
Because Brian is slowing you right down.
Well, there is the advantage that we also don't need to go back now because she has food. So we just need to go back when we're in the area.
Yeah, so we could head off towards Downfall, knowing that we are intending to go back.
Yeah, because you've been looking for Downfall, but you'd also been told that somebody that might know a weakness for Bavlana was up to the north at the pool.
Well, I figure we go further north to the pool, and then we head to Downfall. But we need to get away, so we should do that.
Yeah, I quite agree. And at least we now have some sort of definite direction for Downfall. It's to the west at the end of this causeway.
That's true. So, are you heading out now?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you move another 2 miles on the normal map there.
Right.
Sorry, to the northeast. He said. You said it was to the north of the hill.
All right.
That would be northeast of here. So you move 2 miles and then you kind of run out of movement
Yeah.
for the deer.
Well, we'll just camp here, I suppose.
So as you
That's
set up camp on the causeway, where at least you know it's going to be dry with the water that comes in and out. We'll call it a stop there because you get to level up again.
Oh,
Oh, yes, indeedy.
more muggage.